Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing this very fun mermaid inspired look. As you can see, we've got the purple highlighter and very fun eyes. We're gonna go in with the Tarte Be a Mermaid and Make Waves palette for our eyes today. So if y'all want to see how to recreate this look, just go ahead and keep on watching. Okay guys, so as usual I went in with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I do this every single time before I do my makeup, but I have seen that Morphe came out with a eyeshadow primer and I've really been wanting to try that just to kind of see how it is, and if I do like it or get it, I'll let y'all know. So I went in with that, and then I went in with the Maybelline Fit Me powder, the one that I always use on my face. And I just went in with a big fluffy tapered brush. So I go in with this product every single time that I'm going to use like a very dark color or something that has a lot of shimmer in it, because those can be sometimes hard to blend in, and this just kind of helps kind of act as like a base, whereas your primer potion is a bit more sticky, so that it can make shadows harder to blend. So now what we'll be using for our eyeshadow, which this is absolutely one of my favorite products. I think it came out like maybe I think about 2 years ago. I'll definitely see if they still have it online, and if they don't, the James Charles and Morphe palette has a lot of similar colors, and then also the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette, her first one, they have a lot of the same colors too. So if you had either one of those, you could definitely find colors similar to the ones in this Tarte palette. I am going in with, this is the Tarte Be a Mermaid and Make Waves palette. I absolutely love this. It's so fun for summer. Here's the palette itself, which I just think this is like the funnest packaging ever. I love mermaids. Little Mermaid was my favorite movie growing up, and Ariel is still my favorite Disney princess now. And this is something super fun that you could wear in summer. And as you can see, this palette has a lot of nice colors, a very like full range of shades, and it does have 3 mattes. So if you are wanting to use those as like transition shades, or if you're wanting to go with something a little bit lighter and not as like bold, those are perfect shades to use. So the first shade I'm going to go in with is Sandbar, which is this one right here. It's kind of like a mauve, but definitely more on the pink side color. So I'm just picking that up on a Morphe M441 brush, and I'm going to place this into my crease. So over the past probably like almost a year now, I have been working on teaching myself how to do acrylic nails, which I think is so much fun. We here at my house, we have like the dip kits, we have the gel, and then I just recently, like I said, about a year ago, got the acrylic kit. I've been using like the paper form, and where you build the nail completely from scratch. You just have like the form underneath it and then you build it, but that was like very hard, and it was very time consuming, especially like trying to do it on myself. It made it very difficult. On like my sisters and stuff, it wasn't that hard, but honestly, like I just prefer like using where you glue on the tips and then you use the acrylic over it. It just goes so much faster. So I actually for the first time did that on myself the other day, and it is kind of a pain because I have like very small nails. Like my nail bed is very small, so I had to go in and like shape each nail tip to be able to like actually fit on my nail. But yeah, so this is like the final product of them. I was like very pleased, and it was so nice because I did use the tips, so it went so much quicker than it usually goes, because it usually takes like 2 hours to do it, whereas this time I think it only took like an hour, so it wasn't bad at all. So I'm gonna go in with the color Sure Thing, which is like this one right here, and it's just kind of like a pinkish matte color. And again, I'm just going to be keeping this one in my crease right now, and I'm going in with the Morphe M433. So right now we're keeping the look very matte, but in a little bit we will go in with some darker and more shimmery shades. Right now I'm just kind of getting a base down for us so that it has like a nice gradient effect between pinks to our darker colors. So now I'm going to go in with a dense shader brush, and it is synthetic hair, so it will pick up more product than those natural hair brushes will. So I'm going to go in with the color Shipwreck, which is this dark kind of plummy shade, and we're going to focus this more on the outer V and keep it a little bit lower than those first shades that we put on. So I talked about in my last vlog that I had a ton of paperwork to fill out for school this fall. It was like over 25 forms. So I got all of those finished, and I got signed up for the classes that I'll be taking this fall, which luckily I only have to take 4. So I'm taking, it's a Introduction to Hearing Aids, Introduction to Evidence-Based Practice, Anatomy and Physiology of the Hearing Mechanism, and then the last one is like a clinic class. So I'm super excited to do those. So I got signed up for that, and then I also filled out some paperwork for a scholarship, and I've been looking at apartments. They say you have to have like 60 days before they will give you like how much it will actually cost for the lease. So I think it was yesterday was 60 days, so I really need to like get on that and decide on a place. I just feel like it's so stressful because like you can look at the places, but because I am 11 hours, I can't actually go and see them, which makes me super nervous. So now we're gonna go in with the Morphe M321 brush. It is just like a small pencil brush, but this one is synthetic. I think I'm gonna go in with this color Lagoon, which is this dark, it's kind of like duochrome. All of these shades right here are duochrome. So I think I'm gonna go in with this darkest one right here. I'm going to place it out in the outer V. And I like using this brush to kind of like pack on a lot of colors. And then I'll go in back with that brush that we were using before to blend it out. And I'm even going to go in back with that Shipwrecked and Sandbar color to help us blend the color Lagoon out just a little bit. So if y'all follow me on Instagram and you saw like one of my recentest posts, I am like a huge book reader. So since I've been out of school, I've been trying to get like a bunch of books read, and of course I put on hold like a ton of books, and all of a sudden 9 decided to come in at once. So I've been trying to get through them like as fast as possible. And I guess it was like in the past 3 days, I've finished 2 books. So I am definitely making quick work of them. My favorite books of all time are the Harry Potter books. I love those. I grew up watching them and reading them. So obviously that's like my #1 favorite. Right now I'm reading a James Patterson book. I don't know if any of y'all read as a kid. Where I was from, they were really big. The Lemony Snicket books, like the series of unfortunate events, those were absolutely my favorite. They made a movie it was like probably like 2004 or something maybe, with Jim Carrey, and I absolutely love that. I saw that they made a TV show, but I haven't watched that. It's like on Netflix. I don't know. I'm just like super skeptical. I know a lot of people said it was like very theatric, and I'm just like, even though it didn't follow the book super well, I love the Jim Carrey one so much that I just don't know if I would watch the television show and like actually like that. But yeah, all 4 of us girls and my mom are like super into reading books. We have, let me think, we have like 11 bookshelves in our house, and we're constantly like trying to get rid of books so we can bring new ones in. We are all just like super obsessed with them. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the color Bubbles, which is kind of, it doesn't look right on here, but it is like a purplish color. I'm going to try to go in with this flat shader brush from Morphe and see if it works. I don't know if it will. I might have to just go in with, yeah, I'm going to have to go in with my finger and do that. Alright, now to make it a little bit brighter, we're going to go in with the color Splash right here, and that's kind of like, it's kind of like a turquoise color. It's actually really similar to this color right here. Okay, as you can see, this eye already, we barely put any on, is so much brighter than this one. Now I'm just going to go back in a little bit more with that Lagoon just to deepen up our outer corner a little bit more. Okay, so now we're going to start with face products. I'm going to go in with the Nivea Men Sensitive Skin Post Shave Balm. I just use a small little bit, like that much. It's really hardly anything. And I go in especially over my T-zone because this does help and act as a primer. I'm using the Juvia's Place I Am Magic. This is the Velvet Matte Foundation. And to make it a perfect match for me, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal True Match just to darken it up a little bit. So the Juvia's Place, I have it in the shade Marisol 740. And the L'Oreal one, I wear it in Nude Beige W3. So I'm just going to go in with my finger and kind of put this on my face everywhere. And then I'll go in with a damp beauty sponge and blend it all out. Sometimes I'll use like a flat top kabuki brush, but for the most part, I do like using the beauty sponge. I feel like it just gets the color in better and like it makes it look much more seamless whenever I've like blended it and put all my other makeup on top, just to make it like almost look like a second skin. So I do prefer to do it this way, but obviously if you like to use a brush, that is totally fine as well. Next I'm going to go in with the Juvia's Place concealer. It's the Magic Concealer in the shade 23. I do really like this concealer whenever it is paired with the foundation, but I don't like it with my Tarte face tape. I feel like it moves around a whole lot, and that's definitely not what I'm looking for in a concealer. So I would recommend pairing them together, but if you wanted to try it with one of your own, like a different brand of foundations with this and see how it works for you, I would definitely recommend that. So I'm just going to go in with right around my eye, on the side of my nose and under my eye, to get this cleaned up and have a very sharp line. And obviously always make sure you blend this down so you don't have any harsh lines where your face is one color and your neck is a totally different one. And then in the little area right here, it is kind of hard for me to go in with my damp sponge, so I just go in with a small fluffy brush. I just kind of pounce it in to get that color blended in nicely. And then I'll go again back over with my beauty sponge and make sure it is all pressed into my skin. Now I'm going to go back with the Maybelline Fit Me, and this is in the shade Fair, and it's 05. I've never used the pressed powder of this. I really like using the loose powders, and that's like my favorite way to set my face makeup. We're not going to be baking or anything today because we do want this as like a super bronzed look, and I only bake whenever I'm wanting something to like super like contoured, and that's not really what we're going for. Okay, now as per usual, we're going to go in with the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and this is the matte one. I don't like bronzers with shimmer in them. It's just not really my style. I feel like I use like shimmer when it comes to my highlighter, and I pretty much only like it there. So I'm going to pick some up on my IT Cosmetics fluffy brush, and I'm going to concentrate mostly on the hollows of my cheek, but I am going to blend it a lot higher up today and on like the apple of my cheek, because since it is summer, we do want to look more bronzed than usual. And since this is a mermaid inspired look, I mean, I'm sure mermaids are all sitting out on the rocks and getting a nice tan, so got to emulate that look. So I went on my cheeks, on my head. You pretty much just want to go on the spots where, like, if you were naturally out in the sun, where you would get a bit of like sun on your face. So the high points, which would be your cheeks, on your forehead. I do a little bit under my jaw, and then I like to do it on my nose as well. Since your nose usually gets tan, I do like to put a little bit there as well. And after each one of these steps, I always go in with my damp beauty sponge and just go back over everything. And for me, this is like what makes your foundation look super well blended and flawless, and just like it actually is. Your skin is going back over it with the damp beauty sponge. So now I'm going in with my Milani blush in the shade Luminoso and a giant Morphe blush brush. I like to have a lot of blush on, and I will also put it on my nose. I feel like that just has very summery look. So now I'm going to go in with my Tarte Maneater felt tip eyeliner, and I'm just going to go do a quick wing and then I'll be back. Okay, so we've got our eyeliner on. I'm going to go in with the Molly Evercolor Starlight Waterproof Eyeliner with brush. This is just a black eyeliner, and I'm going to go in and tight line on my top lashes. So you just lightly pull up right here, and this just helps it keep so you can't see like the white of when you pull your eye up, and your tight line, it just makes it completely black. It does make your eyelashes look thicker if you're not going to be wearing false lashes. Now I'm going to go in with my Clinique High Impact Mascara. Okay guys, so I have finished that, and I didn't do anything to my eyebrows. If you do usually do your eyebrows, just do whatever your normal routine is for them. And I'm also not going to do any false lashes today. I will leave in the description down below a pair of lashes that I think would look really nice with this eyeshadow look. But today I just did mascara and was going to go with that. So now I'm going to go with my lip products. I'm going to start off with the NYX lip liner. It's in the color SPL 858 Nude Pink. So now that that's done, I'm going to go in with the NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick. And this is in the shade LSCL09. It is just like a matte pink. I wanted to do this just because it does make the look a little bit more wearable, but I know Jeffree Star has some like beautiful liquid lipsticks that I can leave linked down below that would look great with this eyeshadow, or he has some from his Blue Blood collection that are a bit more of the blue shade that I also would think look absolutely amazing, especially if you're wanting to do this for like a Halloween look or something. I think that would be great to go in with. Okay guys, so for our very last step, we are going to go in with highlighter, and I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Dream Glow Kit. Mine's super messy, but it is very fun. It's got a lot of shades, like you've got the yellow, the corally pink. So I think today I'm going to go in with the purple and pink shade. So the purple one is Ethereal and the pink one is Unicorn. And I'm just going to pick those up on my Morphe M510 brush and put that all on our cheeks and right above our forehead. Then I'm going to go in with a flat, really big shader brush, and I'm going to get those two same colors, put a generous amount on my inner corners and on my brow bone. And then just to make it a little brighter, I'm going to go in with my finger and put some more on my nose. Alright guys, this is the finished look. It did come out a little darker than I planned, but you do have, as you can see, this very nice purple highlight going on. It's very mermaidy and fits with the look. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could just go in with something lighter like a gold or a silver highlight. And if you're using this palette, I would probably go in with the silver highlight. I do just feel like that kind of works with the look a little better than gold, but honestly either one is totally fine. So I hope y'all enjoyed watching this video, and don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below and click that bell to be notified every single time that I post here on my channel, which is Saturdays at 4 p.m. if you are interested in seeing more of what I post each week. So thank y'all for watching, and I look forward to seeing y'all in my next video. Bye guys.